Welcome to another Age of Empires in real life video, where I explore some real world locations that feature in our beloved game, Age of Empires 2. This time, we visit the Armenian Fortified Church. So, from what I can tell, the Fortified Church in AoE2 is not modeled after any one particular Armenian monastery, but rather is kind of an amalgamation of a few. So that's where I went, to see some fine examples of the Fortified Church in real life. First up, we have the Geghard Monastery. For a while, I thought this monastery was the inspiration behind the Armenian wonder, but it isn't. As you can see in this footage, the Geghard Monastery is found in a very secluded spot at the top of the Asat River Gorge, and going there, it felt like the landscape really added to its defensibility. Kind of like Helm's Deep, if you're into Lord of the Rings. It's unclear if this fortified church was ever besieged, although it does seem to have been occupied for a time by the Umayyad Arabs during the 7th century. The monastery's name means the Monastery of the Spear, which refers to the Holy Lance that is said to have pierced Christ, a relic once kept there. Hence why I had the relic there at the beginning. This is, by the way, not to be confused with another spear that the first Crusaders found in Antioch. That's a different one. Similar to Petra in the country of Jordan, part of the Geghard Monastery is actually carved directly into the mountain, which makes it quite unique. Next up, we have the formidable monastery at Khor Virap. This church is perched on the Ararat Plain, with, on a clear day anyway, the majestic and famous Mount Ararat on the horizon. When I was there, though, the horizon was very hazy and I could barely see the mountain. During the Middle Ages, Khor Virap was a strategic frontier fortress, sitting right on the borderlands between medieval Armenia and the Sassanid Persian and later Arab empires. The history of Khor Virap goes back further, though. Saint Gregory the Illuminator, so the man credited with converting Armenia to Christianity in the early 4th century, was apparently imprisoned at Khor Virap for some 13 years in an underground pit. Charming. This gave the location a certain importance over the centuries. By the medieval period, Khor Virap had thick defensive walls, watchtowers, and, as you can see in the footage, a commanding vantage point over the plains. Of all the fortified churches I visited in Armenia, Khor Virap seems to best fit the Age of Empires 2 fortified church description, but it's unclear if it was ever attacked. Last up, we have the Noravank Monastery, a masterpiece of 13th century Armenian architecture. The Noravank fortified church is wedged between massive canyon walls, as you can see in this footage, and is accessible only through a narrow pass, which is a natural defensive choke point. I feel like if this was a map in Age of Empires 2, a few composite bowmen and a couple of siege onagers could hold for a long time. But I digress. Medieval Armenia was invaded multiple times by the Byzantines, Arabs, Seljuk Turks, the Mongols, and others. However, thanks likely to this remote location, the Noravank Monastery seems to have escaped the worst of it. That might be why this fortified church was home to the great architect and sculptor Momik, whose intricate shakhkars, or stone crosses, still stand today. All three fortified churches in this video were quite spectacular to see in real life, and I hope this video has given a sense of that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Be well.